What's up YouTube, it's Alex and I'm back at it again for another video. And so, like I said in my last video, this video will contain possibly spoilers for Avengers 4 or Avengers Annihilation, as it is said in the description trailer, which I have right here, which I will be reading for you guys and sharing what my thoughts are on this whole trailer, whatever you want to actually call it. So let's get started. Here, it opens with the trailer starts off showing the damaged Infinity Gauntlet in a field on a farm planet. As the camera focuses on the gauntlet, we hear Tony's voice. We were destined to lose. Epic music scores starts the Quinjet shown landing in a Wakandan wasteland as we hear Steve Rogers say, "We have come so far." Tony and Nebula step off the jet. As the remaining Avengers approach, Steve has a look of relief and says, "Tony?" Tony, seamlessly defeated, shakes his head and gives a friendly smirk back to Cap. Marvel logo appears. We get a glimpse of the Battle of New York from 2012's Avengers. Loki is shown looking shocked and baffled as he is on top of the Stark Tower. There is a flash of blue light as the camera pans back, cuts to black. Next, we see a Wakandan throne as M'Baku at the helm. He is surrounded by his new Kingsguard, a mixture of the Hill Tribe and the Dora Milaje. Shuri and Banner are seen working on a new project in the lab. Black Widow in full gear is in Hawkeye's family home from Age of Ultron. Basically everything is thrown all over the place and broken. Nat is studying some type of map and multiple photos and locations on it. A quick shot of Thanos is shown with a long sword walking toward the alley in New York City. Oh snap. The next shot is dark, hooded figure with glowing eyes, aiming a bow and arrow, shooting towards the camera. 1 to 2 visuals of the quantum realm. Scott Lang, no suit, is shown running through a park, dodging explosions. Shot of space. Thor and Valkyrie are aboard the Kree ship. Thor says, "If the stories are true, you're the universe's last hope, if such a thing exists anymore." The next shot is an older, determined Stark walking through a new S.H.I.E.L.D. HQ, Avengers facility in upstate New York. He's in full S.H.I.E.L.D. attire and carrying an orange briefcase. Now, this orange briefcase, I feel like it might be one of the stones that's magically in the case. But let's get back to this. Banner wearing spandex. Weird. I think it might actually be his new outfit. Like I said in the video, that he would be getting a new outfit. I think this might be his new outfit. As it is shown in the concept art, is that he is wearing like a spandex kind of onesie thing that will stretch with him as he turns into the Hulk. So this might be actually what he will be wearing for the entirety of the movie. Or he will be wearing his normal Banner clothes, and then he will get this kind of spandex thing, and he'll start wearing that. But we don't really know yet. But that would be pretty cool. Or he's secretly been hiding it underneath his clothes for like the past like movie. That'd be interesting to see that he has been wearing that. I don't know. Is seen running from something, looking terrified. Of course he's terrified. He's Bruce Banner, and the Hulk's not working right now, so I would be terrified too. About everything. God. The next shot is Ant-Man appearing out of a flash of light and landing in a desolate place. We see it from his point of view, inside the helmet. That's going to be actually really cool. We have not seen anything from like his point of view from inside the helmet. I think we've seen it like once in Ant-Man, and it was the first Ant-Man, and I think we never actually really went back to like seeing it from his point of view. That's going to be pretty cool to actually watch. I'm kind of excited about that. Yes, he looks left to right, to his left again, and says, "What the?" Camera focuses on Vormir and its stars. So we're going back to Vormir, so clearly something's going to go on with the, I think it's the Soul Stone. So something was going on there. Maybe we're going back and we're possibly seeing Red Skull there was a theory about Red Skull and him getting his freedom. Maybe this is it. Maybe because in the theory it was someone saying that he was going to finally be able to wield a Infinity Stone since he is now done with his curse, since he kind of helped somebody else get the stone. So maybe that's what we're going to be seeing is a continuation of Red Skull. Maybe not. We don't know yet. Yeah. Where was I? Next, a shot of Rocket and Nebula modifying some new weapons in the lab. Rocket says, "When can we try this bad boy out?" They both smile and fist bump each other. That's like the one thing that actually is concerning about this description. Nebula's not like buddy with anybody from the Guardians of the Galaxy, and now she's being buddy with Rocket. What? Why? That just seems so weird. Like, she was so like mean to everyone in Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, why change now? Your sister's dead. There's no real possible reason. I don't know. Maybe she's lonely because her sister's dead. Who knows? Maybe that's the reason why. Yeah. We get our first glimpse of Iron Man's new red and gold nanotech armor. It's not really new. We've kind of actually already seen it. So, I don't know. Hulk falls from the sky and lands in front of it. So we're going to be going back to Infinity War where he falls from the sky again? Okay, that's interesting. Thanos in full armor smiles. Hulk smiles back. The next shot is in Japan. War Machine, Nat, and Steve, in their full Avengers gear, are surrounded by a... Now, don't be all mad if I cannot pronounce his name correctly. I've never heard his name. No one's said it like in any of the Avengers movies, so don't be so harsh on me for this. The Yakuza. Actually, now that I think of it, I think they might have been mentioned in the Wolverine. I think they mentioned them. Now I gotta go rewatch this movie because I don't know. I think they said it. Maybe that's what the people he was fighting over in Japan, because he was in Japan for the whole entirety of the Wolverine movie. Maybe that's who he was fighting, was the Yakuza. I don't know. I will be. I guess I'm going to be doing further research on this and rewatching a movie now just to see if this is true. That would actually be really interesting because that would be kind of helpful to like kind of help them tie in the X-Men. So maybe that's what they're trying to do, is being like, hey, they fought the same kind of people. I don't know. Maybe that's how. Maybe Hawkeye is gonna be the one who's gonna like meet everyone from the X-Men. I don't know. Maybe that's where he's been. Maybe he's been meeting everyone from X-Men. I don't know. Hawkeye. Ronan walks through everybody from behind and approaches the Avengers. There's an intense exchange of looks between Clint and Natasha. That is pretty interesting because since earlier in there it says that Natasha's going to Hawkeye's house from Age of Ultron and everything's just scattered. So I think they're going to actually be pointing towards the comics for this, because in the comics Hawkeye actually does lose his family to Thanos' snap. So that's what they might be actually like kind of pointing to, of like, hey, he actually did lose his family to Thanos' snap, but and that's kind of why he's kind of gone off, and is possibly that's why he's in Japan going and trying to kill the Yakuza. That actually might be the reason why, and he's kind of and him seeing Natasha is going to be actually the first time since Infinity War, and possibly the first time since his family has been snapped out of existence, and possibly Natasha will finally tell him what the heck actually had happened when he was off retired, and because clearly, as the meme says, he retired for 5 minutes and everything just went to shit. So and it kind of did, because like, he left and they lost, and every other movie that he's been in, they've won. So he kind of helps them, I guess, like you could say. Well, let's see. Next shot is at the Sanctum. Wong is communicating with Doctor Strange's soul via portal. That will be very interesting to see if this whole description is actually true. That will be awesome, because it will help us give us some insight of what will happen in the next movie. So clearly, Doctor Strange will actually, if this is true, will be able to communicate with Wong, and they might be actually trying to figure out a way for him to actually get out of the Soul Stone and help everyone get out of the Soul Stone. That'd be pretty cool to actually see that. Cuts to black. A gray-haired Tony Stark and Ant-Man in a post-apocalyptic New York City. The screen flashes back multiple times through multiple scenes. We see Captain Marvel floating with her fist on fire and her eyes lit up. So, we might be seeing kind of people are saying, like I said in the theories, that Tony might be taking over Nick Fury's place. This might be the first shot of it, of he's kind of taking over, and or it's Tony's returning back to New York for the first time since the snap, and it's because it does say that it's a post-apocalyptic New York, so it might be after everyone has been disappeared and wiped out, and there might not be that many people left in New York City, because maybe that's where the majority of people actually were snapped out of existence, which would be kind of weird, because why just choose one city? I don't know. But it should be kind of interesting, and especially since in the beginning of this, it said, it talks about Thanos with a long sword in alley of New York City. That's going to be interesting, because it was confirmed. There was photos or concept art of Thanos and his giant sword, and everyone's been freaking out about that. So that's going to be interesting to actually be able to see this. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks. No one's really been. Everyone's been trying to figure this out. But yeah. Where were we? Oh yeah. Captain Marvel, her hands are lit up, so it's kind of like gonna be from the scene that we see in her trailer. Maybe it's actually that trailer. That part is actually not from Captain Marvel. Maybe it's actually going to be the first hint at Avengers 4. Maybe they secretly showed us something from Avengers 4, and they just didn't kind of put it out there, like, hey, this is actually from Avengers 4. This has nothing to do with Captain Marvel. Maybe it's both. Maybe they're going to use that scene. I don't know. But let's get back to this. Thanos in the Soul Stone with young Gamora screaming at him. Loki and Thor fighting off Chitauri. Now I'm gonna butcher this word too. I'm letting you all know this now. The Chitauri together. The Chitauri was the aliens that came down in Avengers 1. So maybe this is kind of going back to when they said, because they said that they were going to go back to Avengers 1, maybe this is them going back to it and kind of being like, hey, and Loki and Thor finally come together and they're fighting side by side. I don't know. Maybe this is the first glimpse that Loki's still alive and he's time traveling with all of them. I don't know, because him and Thor were kind of on good terms before he did. Let's see. Yes. And Tony handing Steve a brand new shield in the Wakandan throne room. Why are you handing him a new shield? Why don't you just hand him his old shield, Tony? God. Or at least something that's like his old shield. Man, it's gonna be like a weird shield. I already feel it. It's not gonna look anything like what. I don't even know. It's not gonna look anything like it, I feel. It's gonna have like Tony Flair or something like that. I don't even know. It's gonna be weird. Cuts back to Tony and Scott. Tony opens the orange briefcase as Scott hands him an illuminated bracelet. Tony asks how. Is this even possible? So I am now really thinking that this is going to be the Infinity Stone that is magically in a briefcase, and somehow Scott has gotten it. I don't know how though, but we'll see. Maybe. Okay. Maybe he finds out about where the Soul Stone actually legit is, and that's why we see Vormir, and he goes there before Thanos gets there, and he kind of takes it to kind of protect it. Greatest theory right there. Iron Man and Ant-Man are shown to the quantum realm. Tony and Scott are back in the Battle of New York from 2012. The final shot before the title reveals is an Infinity Stone disappearing from Thanos' damaged gauntlet. So see, maybe they are going back in time and they are doing exactly what I just said, and that's why they are disappearing from the gauntlet, because he never actually got them. And they're maybe that's the whole like theory of this whole movie, is that they're going and they're taking all these stones before he gets them, and they're finding them and they're kind of hiding them or doing something else with them, and before Thanos can actually get them. And then if that actually happened, he can never actually collect them all, and he can never snap everyone out of existence, or at least half of everyone out of existence. Maybe that's what is actually going to happen. That would be pretty awesome, as the stones magically start to just kind of go away from him, from the damaged gauntlet. But we also do see the gauntlet is not actually on Thanos' hand anymore. It is on a field in the farm planet. Maybe now in the comics, Thanos does put all his armor onto a scarecrow, and I think it does include the gauntlet. Or I lied. The gauntlet actually gets taken by Adam Warlock, but Adam Warlock is not going to be there. And also, when he snapped, it wasn't broken, so maybe he's putting it on like a scarecrow or something like that, and it's not actually doing anything really, because what more do you have to do with a gauntlet that's broken? I don't know. It doesn't really say where the gauntlet is. All it says is that it is Thanos' gauntlet. It doesn't say where the gauntlet is. So maybe it is somewhere else. Because why does Thanos want to keep wearing a damaged gauntlet? Maybe to help with his rad arm now that's all messed up because he snapped everyone out of existence. Maybe that's what he's doing. He absurdly gets up and puts on his armor. Okay, so my theory of him putting his stuff on a scarecrow is now gone, because he puts it on himself, and so it's not on a scarecrow. So his face goes from extremely infuriated to a menacing smile. We have seen this menacing smile before when it was at the end of Avengers. I'm pretty sure that's exactly the smile that we're going to be seeing. So maybe we're going to be seeing a more purple Thanos too, since he was more purple in Avengers. I don't know. Title reveal. Now, if I was talking to a friend about this, we're not really happy about this title. It kind of seems like it doesn't seem like something that like you would need to wait like all this time to finally tell people what it is. The title is supposedly Avengers Annihilation. Now, I don't know. It doesn't sound like something that you would wait like however many months, unless this is fake. Like waiting quite a few months after Avengers Infinity War came out. It doesn't seem like something like, why would you wait that long? I don't know. I don't really like the name of it. It just sounds weird. But ending scene. The Hulk is training in the new SHIELD facility with Black Widow and Steve. Okay, how are you people training with a giant green monster that even Thor could barely hold his arm up. Black Widow, we all know you're not training with him because he would just crush you. Steve, okay, you have a shot because you do have, like, ultimate strength, but no, Black Widow, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say you would probably get crushed by him. No, you're not really training with him. Maybe you're training on something else, I don't know. Steve notices that Hulk has been training non-stop as of late, so he asks why. Hulk responds in Banner's normal voice. The voice, normal voice with, "My rematch is coming real soon. I can feel it." And that is the whole entirety trailer. Now, that ending scene, ultimately awesome. That does mean that they will possibly be introducing, Professor Hulk, because Hulk now has Bruce's voice. But that would be ultimately awesome. I don't know. This trailer seems about almost every single thing in there seems pretty awesome, and it does seem pretty legit, except for the name. The name does not seem like it's a legit name because since how much Marvel was keeping it under wraps, no, I don't think it's happening. It's not this name. This is not the name. I don't think it is. I don't know, because Marvel was keeping it such hush-hushed about it, of like, we're not telling you guys, we're not going to say anything, and then to magically have this description trailer pop up onto the internet, I don't know, because they even went so serious as to kind of cover up Mark Ruffalo's mouth when he was doing an interview with I can't remember I think it was Jimmy Fallon. He was doing an interview with him, and he yelled out what the name of the Avengers 4 movie was, and they immediately jumped on it, and they went and they blurred his mouth out at that point. So why would you? I don't know. It just seems fishy. Why now? Like, and it was probably within a few days after Mark Ruffalo had apparently said the name, and no one had been able to really figure it out. I think a few people figured it out. I can't remember what the name they said it was, but I don't know. It just seems weird. But it has been officially released that the Russo brothers are done with all the tweaking, so it is official. Avengers 4 is complete, and now it is just time for waiting for first the actual trailer that we will be seeing hopefully within the next 2 to 3 weeks, that is set to come out, and yeah, so I will be doing a review on Avengers Infinity War finally. I already know that if you haven't seen the movie, I already spoiled the ending for you. But I will be doing my review on it of what did I think of it, how did I like it, and stuff like that. And Walking Dead Mondays are still postponed until further notice. But yeah. And if any new Marvel things pop up, like the trailer, if the trailer pops up within the next week or so, I will be on that. I will get a video out to you guys as soon as possible. And if any other Marvel news comes out, I will be on it and I will make a video about it. But yeah, so yeah, if you want to tell me how you feel about this description trailer, leave it in the comments down below. If you want me to do some other videos other than just me reviewing Marvel stuff, leave it in the comments down below, and I will consider what you're thinking. And if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button down below too. And I will catch you guys on the next video. See ya.